Świecenocki, ole, ole.
Защищается блестяще, великолепная Петербург. Свой бой ведет ледовая дружина, доверие мужества отчаянных парней. В хоккей играют настоящие мужчины. Русский играет в хоккей. Русский играет в хоккей.
Приглашается сборная команда Швейцарии. Приглашается сборная команда Дании. Судьи сегодняшнего матча лицензированы и назначены Международной федерацией хоккея на льду. Главные судьи Антонин Яровел и Константин Аринин. Линейные судьи Николя Шахранвиш и Александр Отлаков. Представляем стартовые составы. Сборная команда Дании. Вратарь, номер 32. Защитники, номер 41. Номер 48. Нападающий, номер 24. Номер 36. И номер 81. Стартовый состав сборной команды Швейцарии. Номер 20 вратарь. Защитники, номер 4. Номер 12. Нападающий, номер 10. Номер 70. И номер 94.
3 points for Denmark after a victory, 2 points for Switzerland, a couple of extra time losses, and safe to say this is a big game for both these teams as they look at that third or fourth and final quarterfinal spot.
Well, really are both these teams trying to get in there, and for Switzerland it's been extra time in both their games, one in overtime and one in a shootout loss. They have come from behind, 9 seconds left, they tied up against Norway. And Denmark, the trouble for them, stay out of the box. 4 power play goals they gave up against Sweden.
They got away with it in game 1 when they beat Norway 3-0. They were shorthanded 8 times. Norway did not capitalize, but they paid a heavy price in game 2 when they had a 1-0 lead on Sweden. and allowed 4 power play goals in that game. Eller carries in for Denmark. He gets rubbed out on the far side. Bodker plays it around the boards and chopped out to the line, but kept in by Jensen. Eller back for it. Eller looking for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers going cross ice. It got deflected away, and it gets sent down the ice. And Ambuel first in on the loose puck, gets a bit of a backhand shot away, and Sebastian Dom makes the save. Bouncing puck that Red O'Bara had to be careful with.
Well, he's got to be a little careful with all those long shots. That tough goal he gave up in that first game from the opposite blue line.
And a wrist shot by Walzer goes up and out of play from that left side as he got it to Wieser, and Wieser's shot deflects out.
Look at the coaches. Patrick Fisher, his first time behind the bench, the 40-year-old for Switzerland, and the veteran, his third straight year behind the bench, Jan Carlson for Denmark.
New face in the lineup for Switzerland, Reto Schappi is in the lineup, his first game of this championship. Gaetan Haas is out of the lineup. Diaz plays it ahead for Wieser. Wieser gets rubbed out. Frederick Storm on the loose puck. Storm sends this back in behind the net. Nicholas Jensen has lost his helmet, so he'll have to go to the bench. Here comes Nino Niederreiter, and offside is called.
Oh, Nicholas Jensen loses his helmet. Look at Nino Niederreiter still looking for his first goal. Switzerland trying to find a little more offense. Just 5 goals, 4 in the first 2 games, and Niederreiter will be one of the guys they look to. The Minnesota Wild player, 20-goal season, 43 points in all 82 games in the NHL this past season.
There's a look at Schappi making his World Championship debut. Back to Niederreiter, 10 shots on goal for him in this tournament. He leads Switzerland in that category. Sent around the boards. Wieser trying to jam it out, does. Lawrenson to the back boards with Sven Andrighetto. Kept to get in at the line is Schneeberger. And it taken and cleared up the boards by Bjorkstrand. Nielsen back for Bjorkstrand, got away from him. And it's back in behind the net, taken there by Oliver Lawrenson. Lawrenson off the boards, gets it out to center ice no further. Schneeberger kicks it ahead to Wieser. And Wieser on his way to the bench will play it back. And Yannick Weber will get to center ice, and Weber will send this in. They say he did not get to center.
Oh, Yannick Weber took a hit there as he was trying to get that puck deep into the zone. Former Vancouver Canuck, played for the 45 games for the Canucks last season. No goals. The previous year he had 11. Originally a Montreal draft pick back in 2007. So with no Roman Josi, they look to Rafael Diaz and Yannick Weber for that experience on the back end.
Yannick Weber, 66 shifts coming into this game. Diaz leads them in points. He has 3 assists. And Diaz also leads them in minutes played at just under 43 minutes in the 2 games coming into this one. Off the backboards, controlled by Denmark. Trying to work that out front is Storm. And it gets flipped up and out of harm's way. Julian Walker going after it, couldn't pick it up cleanly. And Denmark will regroup with Jensen. Through the middle of the ice. And a little bit of room for Jannik Hansen. Hansen drops it for Lars Eller. Eller will leave it there at the line for Lassen. Lassen plays it back, looking for Hansen. Nikolai Ehlers jumps on the loose puck. Ehlers sends it back in for Eller. Eller back for Ehlers. Looking for some open ice. Not a lot. They get the cycle going. Got it to Hansen. Hansen tried to get it back in front of the net where both Ehlers and Eller were headed. But that pass got picked off.
Oh, good play by Walzer of Switzerland, just in the right defensive position after a good cycle from this line by Denmark.
Ambuel plays it back for Diaz. Diaz back for Ambuel. Carries into the Denmark zone, lets the shot go, and that's deflected away by Lassen. And that is up and out of play.
The captain for Switzerland is Amble trying to come down the wing and get a shot on net. One of the guys they look for production here on Switzerland, and Amble yet to find the back of the net. The veteran of this tournament, his 12th World Championship. He's also been in 3 Olympics representing Switzerland.
And the official is going to go over and have a chat with the Denmark bench. That is referee Konstantin Olenin of Russia. The other referee is Antonin Yarabik of the Czech Republic. The linesmen are Nicholas Chartrand-Piché of Canada and Alexander Otmakov of Russia. And now they're going to kick Lauritsen off the ice. This was after the icing call.
Well, head coach of Switzerland, Patrick Fischer, also had a brief conversation with the referee, and now it's time for Nicholas Jensen. Everyone getting in on it.
Face off to the left of Sebastian Dom. Recorded a shutout in the opener of the tournament. 3-0 win over Norway. And then was very busy in the game against Russia. Russia won that game, or Sweden rather, won that game by a score of 5-2. At the line, Blum trying to play this back down low. This deflects off a stick, and we get another stoppage.
A little bit of a slow start to this game, and Switzerland's been in a close affair in each of their 2 games, although they haven't come out on top. But they're past it. Best tournament they had is 2013. Switzerland was able to come up with the silver. It's been a rough start to this one.
Lost 3-2 to Kazakhstan. And then probably the game they maybe were happy to get a point out of. They were down 3-1 going into the 3rd period against Norway and came back and tied that one up before losing it in overtime, but an important point for them. Yannick Weber holds this in. Sven Andrighetto being watched by Morten Green. Andrighetto twisting and turning. Back at the line for Yannick Weber. The shot blocked by Sebastian Dom. Rebound in front, and Dom another save as Wieser got a whack at it. Andrighetto shot to the far side, misses the net. And all the way down the ice it goes, and Schneeberger will go back.
Oh, good shot by Yannick Weber. Just pulls that puck to the middle of the ice, gets the lane he wants to the net with traffic.
Dubois, who had the late goal, 10 seconds left in that game against Norway that sent the game to overtime. Back for it, Mats Botker got bumped off the puck by Wieser. It's on the goal line, and Dom is down, and he will hold it out.
Oh, maybe a couple extra whacks there by Julian Walker. It was good hustle by Dino Wieser as he comes in, just fights Bodker off the puck, gets it to the front where Walker has about 2 or 3 good shots at it before finally the whistle comes as Sebastian Dom does a good job just getting that right pad up. This is the earlier chance. More traffic in front is Wieser with another chance. The brother had the chance on that one. This is both of them in on the play.
Dom has been in for both games for Denmark. Gearing back for it for Switzerland. Walser has a couple of goals in this championship, leads Switzerland in the goal scoring department. Played around the boards. Ambiol is after it. He ran into big Lauritsen. And the puck back into the Swiss zone where it's cleared by Renaud Berra. Gearing parks in behind his own net. For Walser, back for Gearing. And a lead pass. And the shot on and off the stick is trying to get that to the front of that was Holenstein.
We're gonna have our first too many men call, I think. Here's the linesman's gonna blow the whistle on Switzerland. Swiss are gonna have a little argument about this. The linesmen usually do make the call on the too many men call.
We've had a few of them.
We have in the tournament, and we're gonna have our first power play of the hockey game as Switzerland takes the too many men call. So Denmark goes to the power play, just 1 for 7 so far in this tournament. And Switzerland hasn't taken many penalties.
This is only the 5th penalty that they have taken in this tournament. They've only killed off 1 of the 4 they have taken. That's the downside. Maybe that's why they don't take penalties.
Probably a good reason for them to stay to the box.
Sent around the boards, kept in at the left point by Nikolai Ehlers. Eller out there with Mads Christensen, Jannik Hansen. Ehlers plays the point on the power play, and he's out there with Jensen. Jesper B. Jensen leads Denmark in shifts and in ice time coming into this game, and has the puck. Ehlers plays it around for Eller, Lars Eller. Back at the line. Jensen down for Nikolai Ehlers. Back for Jensen, now for Jannik Hansen. And on for Nikolai Ehlers. Quick shot save made by Reto Berra. Lars Eller trying to work that free, and he's stopped by Simon Moser. Moser will get it down the ice.
Getting pucks through to the net. Mentioned Jesper B. Jensen also has a goal in each of the 2 games for Denmark.
Nielsen ahead for Storm. He'll attack the Swiss blue line. Plays it around for Madsen. Morten Madsen plays it to the line for David Nielsen. Nielsen goes cross ice for Morten Green, and Green leaves it. The shot by Jensen, and that missed the net. Nicholas Jensen off that far side. Back for Green. Down for Jensen, now for Daniel. Shot scores! Daniel Nielsen let the shot go, and it got tipped in front.
Not sure if this went off Morten Madsen in front or if it went off a Switzerland stick, but Denmark able to capitalize on the power play. And maybe it's Fredrik Storm in front as it did change direction. A good job setting it up, traffic in front, and Nielsen's just gonna let it go. And it is, it's a high tip by Fredrik Storm that has Denmark up 1-0. So Switzerland's penalty kill still struggles now. They've only killed 1 of 5, and Denmark, their second power play goal of the tournament, has them up 1-0.
Well, that's a reverse for Denmark. Normally it's the other side of the special teams that gets them in trouble.
Well, Denmark has yet to give up a first period goal in the first 2 games, so they're used to getting the lead early.
And across the line, Morten Green. Bjorkstrand takes it behind the net, tried to work it out front, and Nito Niederreiter is there for Switzerland. Ahead for Rafi Diaz. Diaz back for Nito Niederreiter. And off his stick of Bjorkstrand will clear this backfoot at center, and a penalty coming up. It'll be a power play when we come back. Power play goal, 1-0. Give me a 10 and then 5 down. Well, whatever's good for you.
Well, Denmark has a power play goal in this game, and now Switzerland gets their first opportunity to try and tie it up as Patrick Bjorkstrand's going to head to the penalty box. Gets a delay of game shot, the puck over the glass, and to make matters worse, took a big hit from Diaz as he did it.
Diaz took a big-time run, Adam, which perhaps led to the clearing the puck over the boards. The puck was not dropped fairly. This is something we've seen a lot of in this tournament.
Well, not strange to see Denmark go to the penalty box. They've taken, this will be the 17th time. They went 8 times in each of the first 2 games, and Switzerland with a chance. Switzerland 2 power play goals in the tournament. They're 2 for 7.
There is a bit of a face-off pattern forming here. If you were with us last night, it's the same linesman that had some trouble, or he didn't have trouble, the teams had trouble, and that is Alexander Otmakov of Russia. Nielsen turns around, slaps this to the line, and it ricochets off the glove of Dubois and out of play.
Certainly not in a hurry to drop the puck. As we look at the penalty, Patrick Nordstrand, he's going to clear it right over the glass, and then the hit by Rafael Diaz as he pinches in from the point. And Carlson knows the result of that. The look on his face tells it all.
Power play for Switzerland. We talk about them not having a lot of, taking a lot of penalties. They also haven't had a lot of power plays. This is only the 8th power play for them in this, their 3rd game. And for Denmark, the 17th time now that they've been shorthanded in this tournament. Believe it or not, there is a couple of teams that have been shorthanded more, Belarus and the United States over in the other pool. Morten Madsen shorthanded, sends it cross ice for Frederick Storm. Reto Berra to save. Frederick Storm, 2 more whacks at it. And now a penalty coming, and that'll negate the rest of the power play.
Well, Switzerland just not looking around the ice. Frederick Storm's on the right wall, wide open, and a great feed by Madsen is a shorthanded chance, and Felicien Dubois is going to head to the penalty box for tripping. As Storm gets a couple chances on this great play. 2 Swiss players go right by the rebound, and Storm gets another chance, then he gets tripped up by Dubois as he looks for a 3rd opportunity. So a couple shorthanded chances, and Coach Patrick Fisher not happy with what he saw from his power play there on the defensive side of the puck.
Their power play in last year's tournament was 5.5%, second last. So it has not been a strong point for them for a couple of years in a row. Christensen for Denmark, twisting and turning. Watched there by Diaz, tried to play it around the boards. He was looking for Morten Green, and Nino Niederreiter's up with it for Rafi Diaz. Diaz finds Andrighetto, in for Hoffman. Hoffman back for Diaz. Diaz looking for Nino Niederreiter, got away from him. Lars Eller on the puck. Schneeberger was in from the line. And Jensen will play it back in behind the net for another Jensen. Lars Eller on 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds. Nielsen at the line for Nikolai Ehlers. It was Daniel Nielsen's shot from the line that got tipped in on the power play goal for Denmark. Ehlers trying to get it back to the line. Good hit there, as in from that line was Jesper B. Jensen. Now for Ehlers, back for Jensen. He runs Reto Berra, and that's going to be a penalty to Denmark. Sven Andrighetto lets the wrist shot go. Rebound, Yannick Weber put it to the front of the net. And now Nikolai Ehlers scoops it down the ice, and Jesper B. Jensen is going to go to the penalty box.
Trying to say he couldn't stop. It was a little feed by Ehlers to the front, and Denmark's continuing that trip to the penalty box as they get their 2nd after 4-on-4 play. As Jensen and Ehlers, little give and go play. Jensen getting to the net, trying to fight off Moser, and as he falls, going for that puck, it was poked away by Reto Berra, but he couldn't control, and it'll be goalie interference.
Switzerland has never lost at the World Championship to Denmark, 4-0. Sharp angle chance. Sebastian Dahm is down, centered up front, and that is gobbled up. Denmark will start back. Madsen sends us all the way around the boards. Bodker sends it deep, and Gearing now back for Switzerland. Gearing will play it back, and Hoffman will start out. Hoffman doesn't like what he sees. The change isn't complete, so he'll circle back in behind his own net.
Well, they're just waiting here to get out of 4-on-4. The man will come out of the penalty box, Dubois, and will have the power play for a minute 20.
So 2nd power play of the game now for Switzerland. Hoffman plays it for Nino Niederreiter. Around for Rafi Diaz. Diaz controls at the right point, watched by Morten Green. Slips it near side for Hoffman. Hoffman, a redirect. Good save by Sebastian Daum. As the high tip there by Nino Niederreiter.
Well, set up really well as Hoffman just rolls over the top of the circle, and Niederreiter in real good positions right between that hash mark.
Icing is going to be the call as Lassen goes back. They're going to rule no one touch this.
Niederreiter, he's just looking for that first one to find its way over the line. This is a great play. Hoffman, a little shot pass. That's the high tip. Sebastian Daum, the netminder, good job. Stays big on it, moving across. Square to the puck, able to come up with a save, and then a little help in front. Good job by Daniel Nielsen, defenseman of Denmark, to help contain sticks in front.
Sebastian Daum loves the warm-up. He was out a good 6-7 minutes after Red O'Bara left the ice in the warm-up. Still taking shots and stretching. And right side pass. Slap shot by Marchini. That steered wide and put down the ice before Nino Niederreiter could get it. Diaz back, flips it in. Beezer drops it. There's a wrist shot to the short side. Save made as Shappy let that one fly. Another penalty coming up to Denmark. It's going to be a holding the stick call for Morten Madsen.
Jan Carlson can see the frustration with his players.
No, it's Jensen going in.
Nicholas Jensen going into the box this time. And Denmark really starts to have to understand they need discipline, and a clear penalty as Jensen does get a grab on the stick. So 5-on-3 for 12 seconds for Switzerland. Lars Eller's gotten better. He was leading Denmark. He had 5 minors through the first 2 games.
Face-off win. Rafi Diaz has it at the point. Diaz doesn't shoot it. Now he does, and we have a crease violation. And Nino Niederreiter is being told to get back to the bench.
It's interesting when we see a lot of these crease violations. A lot of them are NHL players that are used to being in front of the net. The coach telling them they have to go there, and Niederreiter just barely in there as the back of his right skate touches the blue paint. That'll bring the whistle, and the face-off comes outside.
8:10 left to go, first period. Morten Green out to take that face-off for Denmark, so it's 5-on-3. That's over now, so a costly move by Niederreiter, which brought the face-off outside the line. Off the backboards. Unable to clear it was Mads Christensen. And now Jensen out of the penalty box. That was Jesper Jensen who got out first. And he'll send it down the ice. Dubois for Holenstein. Holenstein wide on Nielsen. And Sebastian Daum jams that away. And cleared to the line off the glove of Dubois and out to center ice.
Watch most coaches here. Patrick Fischer, the coach of Switzerland, now standing with his players right behind the boards. Most coaches normally stand behind the players up top. So maybe a different approach for him as he's looking to get this team motivated.
Marchini at the right point. Down for Hoffman. Hoffman plays give and go with Holenstein. Hoffman looking for that far side pass. It got tipped away. Oliver Lauritsen got in front of it, and Lars Eller will clear it down the ice. And Marchini will go back for Switzerland. For Diaz. Diaz's pass goes to no one. And here comes Nino Niederreiter. And Niederreiter stopped at the line, and Morten Madsen will play it down the ice.
Start to see the frustration from Switzerland here, unable to get much going on this power play. This was a big opportunity for them to get right back into this game.
Dying seconds of the man advantage. And Rigetto in with a shot, and Sebastian Daum makes the save on the short side.
Andrew Ghetto, someone else who has had their opportunities in this tournament to find the back of the net as he has a nice rush down the side. But can't find any room. The Swiss fans looking for something to cheer about. There's a look at Patrick Fischer. Mentioned he's down with his players standing right at ice level.
2 seconds left in the man advantage. And Denmark back at full strength, and they are 3 for 3 in the penalty kill. Some of those have been a little shorter than a regular power play. Morton Green after it in the corner, gets bumped there by Reto Shappy. Beezer trying to work it free, does. Beezer watched by Lauritsen. Beezer back for Schneeberger. He'll slap it, save made by Dom. And side of the net, a battle there with Beezer and Lauritsen. Lauritsen on the loose puck. And out at center for Christensen, too far for him. And back for it is Yannick Weber.
Well, it was a good play by Oliver Lauritsen, the big defenseman for Denmark, 6'6", but good job off the rebound there, taking sticks in the defensive area.
Blum's pass hit a leg. Ehlers working it for Denmark. Jensen at the line, wrist shot, that's deflected wide. Ehlers after it with Blum. And kept in at the blue line. Ehlers for Jannik Hansen. Back for Ehlers, tried to get it up front for Lars Eller. And grabbed off by Blum. Ahead for Julian Walker. And offside is called against Switzerland. 1-0 on a power play goal.
Denmark's been able to win the special team battle here in the first period. A power play goal has them up, and then their penalty kill has killed all 3 that have come their way. So they've been very lucky as they continue the parade to the penalty box in this tournament, but penalty kill has stepped up today.
19 shorthanded situations.
Well, and they were perfect against Norway in the penalty kill. They've been perfect today, but they gave up 4 power play goals to Sweden and ended up losing 5-2.
And Denmark now leads that category. USA shorthanded 18 times and Belarus 17 times. Jensen tried to play it around the boards and got blocked. Ambul in front, couldn't get that puck on his stick. Ambul at it again in a battle with Daniel Nielsen. Holenstein twisting out of the corner. Morten Madsen trying to keep an eye on Holenstein. Centers it. Dom stopped it, knocks it away. Pressure now from Switzerland, but a turnover by Walzer. Back in for Jensen. His shot never got to the net. On it is Frederick Storm, and he turns it over. And Dubois just banks it off the glass out the center. Sent in by Patrick Gearing. And Bodker on it for Denmark. Back for Lassen. And the long pass misses everyone. Red O'Bear is going to come out, play this up the boards. And it's out at center ice for Simon Moser. Moser plays it deep. Hoffman is after it. Hoffman got stripped of the puck, and it's back out at center ice. Diaz sends it back in for Simon Moser. Moser with the shot. Good Dom, another save as he got that right shoulder up. Blum lets the long shot go. That's deflected wide. Hoffman is on it. Hoffman tees it up, fires, and another save by Dom.
Sebastian Dom, a good job as Switzerland with some pressure here late in period number 1.
Diaz lets the shot go, and that just missed. Niederreiter, Diaz, Dom, another save. And a centering pass is deflected away.
Blum pinched down, and that rebound, I think, went off the ref's skate and out of the zone.
Niederreiter drops it back. And this gets deflected in, and Andrighetto is on it. Beezer plays it for Shappy. Shappy trying to jam it. And Dom will hang on to that. And a penalty.
Well, pressure from Switzerland. They've been all over Denmark. Couple real good chances. Sebastian Doms had to come up with some key saves as Shappy, the latest on the wraparound. He's trying to push it in over. Lordson comes over and gives him a shove as we have another penalty. Slashing call, this time to Switzerland. Play by Diaz as he was looking for some room. That ends up going wide. Another shot by Diaz right on. One where Blum was trying to get the rebound, went off the ref's skate. So Denmark with another power play. They're second of the game. They're 1 for 1. But before they can do that, they have to put Denmark net back on the pegs.
Mark Beezer is the player that's gone to the penalty box.
Well, Sebastian Dom maybe needs a little bit of a breather here. Switzerland was able to create some momentum, but now the penalty to Beezer gives Denmark the late power play.
Gearing off the draw, and Patrick Gearing being pressured there by Frederick Storm. Nicholas Jensen waiting for it to come out of the pile. Morten Madsen is there as well. And Gearing content to just jam it up against the boards and clear down the ice.
Some good work by Switzerland, just try and take some of those seconds off the penalty and then eventually able to clear it the length of the ice.
Storm at center, that's as far as he got. And the puck grabbed off and down the ice it goes from Schneeberger. Nicholas Jensen winds it up. Christensen back for Jensen. In a little too deep to shoot it against Yannick Weber. One a former Vancouver Canuck, one a current Vancouver Canuck. And Schneeberger steals and sends Moser away. Simon Moser trying to drive it to the net. And Jesper Jensen stays with him. Moser stays on the puck though. In for Walzer, and Walzer got rubbed out, and Jensen is on it. Back for Christensen. 1-0 Denmark. 30 seconds left in the power play for Denmark. Eller for Nikolai Ehlers. Drags it, scores! Nikolai Ehlers. 2-0 Denmark.
Absolutely rips this, and it's off a good breakout as Nikolai Ehlers with a late goal, and that's the second power play goal on 2 attempts now for Denmark. Ehlers will have his second of the tournament. Just a little curl and drag, and it rips this perfectly into that top corner. What a shot by the 20-year-old Nikolai Ehlers. Head up all the way, little curl drag, shoots it under the stick of Diaz, off the post and in. And Red O'Bara looks behind him. That comes in and out of the net very quickly.
Well, they're going to go upstairs and have a look at it to make sure it was in.
Some frustration from the Swiss coach. But yeah, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure it crosses the line. Very quickly they do that. And certainly it did, as Ehlers with his second of the tournament.
Both coming on the power play for Nikolai Ehlers.
Oh, tough blow here for Switzerland, who was starting to carry the play, and then a penalty to Wieser, and then Denmark able to capitalize.
Dubois sends this for Moser for Niederreiter. Nino Niederreiter for Patrick Gearing. Gearing to the side of the net. That hit the side of the net. Niederreiter takes a swing at it and misses. Gearing through traffic, and that went wide. Nino Niederreiter tracks it down. Niederreiter being watched by Morten Madsen. Gearing takes that pass. Throws it through traffic, deflected by Moser. and that went by the open side, not by much. Shot by Dubois, that got blocked. And cleared to the line, but not out by Paulson. Loritz into the backboards, and Daniel Nielsen is on the puck. Gearing at the line, stopped by Mads Christensen. And time runs out in the opening period.
Switzerland's looking for a little bit of luck, 5-on-5. They've been the better team, and a late chance as Moser with a good deflection, but it goes just wide of the post. Very close to getting on the board. Denmark still remains perfect in the first period of play as they've yet to allow a first period goal. And Denmark, very advantageous as the special teams, 2 for 2 in the power play, gives them the lead.
Well, we've talked about their penalty kill struggling. We'll start talking about their power play and how successful it is. 2-0 Denmark after 1.
This is the decisive second. The second one yet. The point of no return. This is where you meet yourself. This is where a new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time. Tiso.
Хоккей – это спорт, где все относятся к своему делу по-особенному. И болельщики, и хоккеисты. Здесь каждый старается изо всех сил и укладывается на полную. Поэтому мы поддерживаем чемпионат мира по хоккею уже много лет. И вкладываемся в тех, кто выкладывается. Райффайзенбанк. Разница в отношении.
Introducing the 2016 IIHF ad.
официальный партнер чемпионата мира по хоккею 2016.
A look at Sebastian Daum, who was busy in that opening period. Both tenders were busy, maybe busier than they should have been because of special teams.
Well, certainly, and for Denmark, Nikolai Ehlers, a late goal on the power play. Denmark actually 2 for 3 in the power play in that first period, but 5-on-5, Switzerland was very good. You saw the 16 saves that Sebastian Daum has made. There was pressure from Switzerland. Key for them is to find a way to get one past Daum and into the net.
Players that play special teams, big time ice time for Denmark. Mads Christensen just under 9 minutes of ice time in that opening period. Second period underway. Lars Eller will carry out for Denmark. Eller chased to the far side by Gearing. Sends it deep for Nikolai Ehlers. Back to the blue line. And finally onto the stick of Dennis Holenstein, and he'll clear it out the center, but it's right back into the Switzerland zone. Jannik Hansen in on the forecheck. Holenstein ahead for Nino Niederreiter. Nino Niederreiter right side, blast from Dubois, and that sailed high and wide. Morten Madsen tried to drive that to the net, gets a second crack at it. Now Nicholas Jensen lets it fly, and that got blocked. Back for Nicholas Jensen, and that shot never got to the net. Patrick Gearing got in front of it. Gearing for Switzerland, back for Rafi Diaz. Long pass that eventually does get to Niederreiter. He'll send it on for Hoffman. Hoffman gains a little bit of control of it. Now it's turned over at the line. Bouncing puck in front. And trying to knock that down was Nino Niederreiter. And it's cleared out at center. Rafael Diaz puts that right in front of the bench. And the players had to be careful there. Now Daniel Nielsen jumps back over the bench for Denmark.
Well, they're very close on those line changes, as Switzerland already has taken a too many men call in this game.
Switzerland to the attack with Andrighetto. That shot, save made. Rebound cleared and chopped down the ice by Paulson. And Reto Berra will leave that for Yannick Weber. Weber being watched there by Bow. Andrighetto, his rink-wide pass. And Beezer just lets that go off the sideboards. And now Lawrence out in front of the net with Andrighetto.
And we're going to get some calls. Both guys are going to go. Andrighetto driving hard. Some shots exchanged both ways. Andrighetto driving hard. Lordson protecting the front. Push for him. Andrighetto is lucky that Lordson got the call. He may have taken the extra shot here. Montreal Canadiens. 144 games for the Canadiens last year for Andrighetto. 17 points, his first stint in the NHL. And Lordson spent some time in North America. Philadelphia Flyers. Big man. A lot of size at 6'6", 229 pounds. At St. Cloud University.
He does bring some size to the back end of that Denmark defense. So some 4-on-4 here in the second period. In a 2-0 game, Denmark with a couple of power play goals in the opening period. Storm and Ehlers. Cleared in by Hoffman. After it goes, Nino Niederreiter for Hoffman. Hoffman sends it back to the line. Played back down by Grossman. Nikolai Ehlers waits for it. Diaz closes in on him. And Daniel Nielsen sends it for Mats Bodker. Bodker back for Nielsen. Bank pass for Lars Eller. He'll bring it back into his own zone. Now for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers trying to toe drag it around Grossman. Grossman lost his stick. Ehlers back for Jensen. Jensen plays it for Jensen. And Nicholas Jensen lets the shot go wide. Jesper Jensen back for Nicholas Jensen. Looking for the carom off the backboards. And it does end up on the stick of Jensen. Nicholas Jensen. Plays it back. There's a slap shot wide by Jensen. Hoffman stopped by Jensen.
And all Denmark here 4-on-4 as Switzerland having trouble getting back the puck.
There's a shot by Jensen and a good glove save by Reto Berra.
Nicholas Jensen, a pair of goals in that first game in the 3-0 win over Norway. Little curl and drag, gets this past Grossman, uses him as a screen and barrel. Nice save by Reto Berra, is able to pick that puck up through his defenseman and make the save. Nicholas Jensen, a first-round pick, the Vancouver Canucks, traded to the New York Rangers organization.
So he split last season between the two farm teams of the Canucks and the Rangers. Traded for Emerson Edom. Dubois being chased in behind his own net. Dubois finds Gearing. Gearing sends it cross ice, looking for Diaz. Diaz fell, or that was Ambuel rather, who fell inside the Denmark zone. Into the slot for Christensen. That's Christensen trying to get away from Gearing. Back at the blue line for Lassen. Lassen plays it in behind the Switzerland net. And unable to catch up to it there was Morton Green. And we're back to 5-on-5. And Holenstein will play it back into his own zone. Andrighetto. And offside is called. Reto Shappy didn't think he was in ahead of the play.
Well, Reto Shappy joins the team for his first game. Shappy brings some size, 6'4", 214 to the lineup here for Switzerland. Played for Zurich last year as we look at Wieser and Lars Eller of Denmark.
Shappy and Eller will do the face-off honors. Our later game today, Kazakhstan and Norway. Beezer, and a penalty coming up. Reto Berra heads to the bench for the extra attacker.
It's going to be Nikolai Ehlers that's going to get the call. And another stick infraction for Denmark.
Schneeberger, and he blows a tire at the line, and play whistle down.
Denmark's 4th penalty of the game, so they're halfway to their game average as Ehlers trying to argue it, saying he got stick on stick, but it's going to be a hooking call. You can see why. Maybe a little help easier, but still you get that stick into the midsection. The call is going to be made. So Nikolai Ehlers takes the penalty and Denmark back to the penalty kill.
Players aren't wrong in their argument that their stick is being held, but you just made the point. Get the stick out of there, don't put it there in the first place.
Absolutely, you got to keep it on the ice.
4th power play of the game for Switzerland. Marchetti sends his back at the line. There's a one-timer, and Sebastian Dahm looking very comfortable, kick that one away. Marchini back up top, screen shot blocked in front. Frederick Storm trying to clear, and Rigetto plays it back at the line. There's a shot to the short side, and Sebastian Dahm stopped that. Yannick Weber trying to knock this down. It's way over his head, and down the ice it goes.
You may have said it best. Sebastian Dahm looks comfortable. He's getting lots of shots coming his way, but he's done a good job steering the rebounds to the corner, or else he's getting help with those ones that lay in front from his defense.
Only thing in this tournament that has given him trouble is Sweden's power play. In the game that Sweden beat Denmark 5-2, and they got 4 with the man advantage. Cleared down the ice by Stefan Lassen. Rafael Diaz, and his pass is blocked. Marchini winds it up. In on Lauritsen. Marchini puts on the brakes. One-timer from Diaz off a stick and wide. Jammed back to the blue line by Nino Niederreiter, and now we have another penalty coming up, and it is going to came in front of the net. Is it Mosier?
Mosier is going to head to the box for Switzerland. So 21 seconds remaining on their power play. Mosier's going to get an interference or a high sticking call as the stick comes up on Lars Eller. So 2 for high sticking. That ends their power play. 21 seconds, 4-on-4. Switzerland will go shorthanded. They've already given up 2 power play goals in this game.
Lars Eller saying, finally I'm on the other end of one of those high sticks.
He had 5 high sticking calls in the first game against Norway. 2 double minors and 1 just single.
So 4-on-4 for 17 seconds. Dubois for Gearing, and back for Dubois, and back for Gearing. Both goals in this game have come on the power play. Dubois sends this out at center, and now a power play for Denmark. 4th of the game for Denmark. Nielsen drops it off. Lars Eller out on this power play as Jesper Jensen tried to feed that in, could not. And Eller will curl in behind Jensen, but Jensen will carry it out. Now he'll drop for Lars Eller. Eller in for Nikolai Ehlers. He got Jannik Hansen off that backside, and Hansen had it tipped away before he could get a stick on it.
Real good play by Reto Berra to poke it away, and it's been the power play that's come through for Denmark. Started with Nielsen, a good shot. Nice high tip by Frederick Storm. And then Nikolai Ehlers late in period number 1, an absolute rocket as he rips the wrister. High glove on Reto Berra. Look at Nikolai Ehlers. Both these power play units, each with a goal for Denmark.
Jesper Jensen coming into this game, leading Denmark in ice time and in shifts. He plays both special teams. Jensen dishes it off. Jensen gets it back. Jensen throws it to the front of the net, blocked, and Yannick Weber will get this all the way down the ice. Daniel Nielsen back on the power play for Denmark. Sends it cross ice. And then gets it back, but it comes outside the line, and he'll have to regroup. Frederick Storm, who has a power play goal in the opening period, and knocked down with a high stick by Nicholas Jensen. Play is stopped.
Well, Denmark not able to generate much on this power play. For Switzerland, looking to gain a little bit of confidence shorthanded. Not gone well, and this is going to come all the way back to Denmark zone as we look at Nikolai Ehlers, who has the second goal for Denmark. Very dynamic player, just completed his first year in the NHL with the Winnipeg Jets. 15 goals, 38 points in 72 games. His first World Championship.
Walzer wins the draw, and it's cleared out. Back for Jannik Hansen. And Jannik Hansen's shot goes off the stick and out of play.
Veteran Jannik Hansen of the Vancouver Canucks. He's still trying to find that first goal. Look at Denmark. They hosted a couple years from now, and there's some key guys that weren't here. They thought Frans Nielsen, the Islanders, lost out. He was asked, will not attend the World Championship. Mikkel Bodker won't. He's going to be a UFA, so he has reasons there. And there's the teammate of Jannik Hansen, Yannick Weber on the other side.
Slap shot save made by Red O'Bara as Nikolai Ehlers stepped into that one. Cleared cross ice. Here comes Lars Eller. And Eller had trouble with that bouncing puck. Nikolai Ehlers steals. Eller for Hansen. Hansen to the front of the net, kicked away by Red O'Bara. Hansen for Eller. Lars Eller back for Jannik Hansen. This is the top line for Denmark. Ehlers trying to pull it around Sven Andrighetto, could not. And Hansen in with a good hit there on Gearing. Mosier for Andrighetto. And back for it, Lassen. Trying to get away from Mosier. Tight turns, lost control of the puck. Nino Niederreiter trying to center it. Nikolai Ehlers in a battle. And sent up the boards. Schneeberger pinching in from the line. Gets it for Nino Niederreiter and another save. Nino Niederreiter another chance. Gearing is after, rather Bodker's after it. Trying to get it out of his own zone. Does. And Yannick Weber.
Switzerland has had their chances.
Hoffman the shot, and Dom makes the save. Another meeting in front of the net. 2-0 Denmark here in the second.
Nino Niederreiter with a good opportunity right before that break as Sebastian Dom continues to be a wall in net for Denmark. He opened the tournament with a shutout against Norway. Sweden, 5 got by him. 4 of them, though, came on the power play from Sweden. So far in this tournament, he has just had 1 scored against him in 5-on-5 action.
A .941 save percentage coming into this game.
Just getting better as the game goes on.
Last year was .931 for his save percentage in the tournament. Bjorkstrand drops it off. Shot by Morton Green, blocked. Green throws it to the front of the net. Mats Christensen couldn't get it. Jensen plays it down for Christensen, tied up by Shappy. Schneeberger kicks the puck up the boards. And Nicholas Jensen will go back for it for Jesper B. Jensen. For Nicholas Jensen, back for Jensen. Sounds like a law firm. Jensen, Jensen, and Jensen. Jensen carries it in with some speed. Good wrist shot. And a blocker save by Red O'Bara. And Lauritsen lets the shot go, and we're going to have too many men on the ice.
Well, the puck comes around. You have to be careful on your changes. Dan Carlson, you can see his team. Now they're taking a timeout. He's going to try and rest his players. Too many men for Denmark, so the 5th penalty here against Denmark and Switzerland with a good opportunity. They need to get their power play going. See the change, playing the puck before the player's completely off the ice. Oliver Lauritsen trying to plead the case for his team, but it's not going to work. He's the one who shot that puck. This is where Switzerland needs their power play to come through.
Power play number 5. And this is cleared all the way down the ice. Dubois for Ambuel. And Ambuel with Frederick Storm in pursuit. Ambuel sends it around. Walzer has a couple of goals in this championship. Walzer gets it back. Being watched there by Lauritsen. Holenstein plays it back for Dubois, for Ambuel, for Holenstein. Ambuel has it again. Now for Dubois. Ambuel, slap shot, blocked by Storm. And Morten Madsen will get it down the ice.
Good job by Storm. Just adjust quickly to get into that shot lane to block. Now an offside to Switzerland. Holenstein trying to pull it down the far side before teammate was completely over. Switzerland, a lot of puck movement, but Denmark's done a good job here shorthanded, just collapsing in front of Sebastian Dom, the netminder, blocking shots, pushing play, the puck, and rebounds back into the corner or down the ice.
Kazakhstan, Norway, our next game here from the Ice Palace. And again, the linesman just more directing traffic than dropping the puck. And it's frustrating up here. I can only imagine how frustrating it is for the players. Niederreiter takes it wide. Power play continues, 50 seconds left. Diaz with the puck. Rafael Diaz drops it back. Marchini goes cross ice, and Sven Andrighetto almost fanned on it. Lauritsen tried to clear. Niederreiter intercepts. Lauritsen for Andrighetto. Back for Andrighetto. Watched by Lauritsen. Throws it to the front of the net. And Lassen is there to chop it down the ice.
He had a man in front, just couldn't get a stick on it in the right pad by Dom, able to kick it out.
Diaz for Andrighetto. He'll drop it off. Mosier plays it at the line for Diaz. Down for Walzer. Walzer for Andrighetto. Up top for Marchini. Power play is over. Denmark has killed another one. Mosier tried to jam it to the net. Good defensive play there by Lassen. Jannik Hansen after it. Hansen in a battle, trying to chop that out of his own zone, and finally does. And here comes Lars Eller. Eller for Jannik Hansen. Hansen for Eller, and a redirect just wide.
Good play by Eller just to drive that middle lane, and a good return feed from Hansen.
Back at the line, slap shot from Jannik Hansen, and grabbed and held by Red O'Bara. 2-0 Denmark here in the second.
Denmark doing a good job on the special team. That has been the difference. Is 2 for 4 in the power play and 6 for 6 on the penalty kill. They're just about at their quota. Dennis here is, the average is 8 penalties a game for Denmark. Not a team you would have thought coming in would be the rough and tumble one. It's mainly stick infractions that are costing them.
Reto Shappy and Morton Green will do the face-off honors. Jensen at the line. Nicholas Jensen lets the slap shot go, and Reto Berra puts that one off his blocker and out of play.
Yeah, rebound control. Instead of pushing in the corner, he's going to push it right out of play.
It was his blocker that kind of caused that too many men on the ice. It was a blocker save off a Nicholas Jensen shot, and Lawrence had coming off the bench. That rebound was all the way at the blue line.
Yeah, and Denmark had another chance as Hansen and Eller with a little play close front of the net.
Reto Berra has had trouble picking up wins at the World Championship. Dubois doesn't get a lot of offensive support though. Marchini, cross ice shot, that got turned away. After it, Beezer. Beezer leaves it for Hoffman. Hoffman drops it off at the line, gearing the shot. Never got to the net. And cleared ahead and grabbed off by Bjorkstrand. Mads Christensen heads to the front of the net. Bjorkstrand tried to get it there. Lars Eller's the shot nowhere near the net. And grabbed off by Hoffman. And he's tied up at the line by Eller. And cleared ahead. And we've got another too many men on the ice penalty. Good Lord.
Linesmen want to be part of the game. And another, this is the third one of this game. Switzerland will take it this time, and their second too many men of the game after Denmark just had one. And I thought there might be a call in the back check. Lars Eller kind of wrapped up the play. As he gets turned around, Switzerland on the chains, gets caught. Patrick Fisher not happy. His team goes shorthanded.
Well, that was play whistled down though. Or do they whistle it down automatically? Automatically, yes. Because Denmark had control of the puck. Yannick Weber will send this all the way down the ice. Backboard, Jesper B. Jensen. Feeds it through for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers down for Lars Eller. Tried to get it back at the line, and Jensen couldn't get a stick on that. Nikolai Ehlers will circle back. Ehlers flips it in, goes in after it, gets away from Yannick Weber, centers. Chance there for Lars Eller, and then Eller got drilled. And to the line, Jannik Hansen fell. And then Mats Christensen got back and got inside position on Julian Walker, and Julian Walker is going to get a penalty. It's going to be 5-on-3 Denmark. Whistled over the net by Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers for Eller, and he'll just let one touch it. And a roughing penalty to Julian Walker.
Well, what Switzerland wanted to happen here is they're already in a hole, and now Julian Walker is going to take a roughing call. Nikolai Ehlers has been very dangerous in this game. Good positioning by Mads Christensen getting back, and Julian Walker is going to try and push him off. He catches the face. Ehlers with a great play and a great feed to Lars Eller as Vera comes up with a save. And now Denmark's power play goes to the 5-on-3.
Pull back for Nikolai Ehlers. Down for Lars Eller. Back for Ehlers. Daniel Nielsen. Jannik Hansen looking for Eller. Eller wasn't ready for it. Back for Ehlers, down for Eller. Back for Ehlers. Plays give and go with Daniel Nielsen. Down for Eller, hit the side of the net. Bouncing puck. And finally grabbed off by Lars Eller. And play whistle down.
Dubois was hurt on the play. There was the bouncing puck. Everybody was swatting at it. I'm not sure if Felician Dubois, number 13 for Switzerland, does he catch an errant stick? Yes, it's his own teammate, Moser's stick. It was like a tennis ball on the ice. And it's both, maybe two guys, Moser and was it Christensen of Denmark. There was two players' sticks. They caught Dubois up high. Tough to tell which one actually may have caused some damage. Dubois getting looked at by the medical staff on the bench for Switzerland. Look at his teammate Simon Moser.
Face-off win and a big one for Denmark. Slap shot, Nielsen ripped it wide off a leg. 9 seconds into 5-on-3. Eller, Ehlers, Nielsen, save made Berra. Grabbed off by Walzer. Walzer can't get it out though. Now it's 5-on-4. And cleared it by Diaz for Hoffman, and down the ice it goes.
That's a big partial kill here for Switzerland. If they can get the remainder, a little bit of momentum you can build.
Ehlers drops it back. Jannik Hansen tees it up. That shot is blocked. Nicholas Jensen gets it for Hansen. Back for Jensen. Back for Nielsen. Back for Jensen. Fan on the one-timer. Rafael Diaz. And he'll send it down the ice. Nielsen goes back. Under 3 left to go, second period. Nielsen. And Jensen runs into Schneeberger. And Sebastian Daum will come out and play the puck for Daniel Nielsen. In across for Jensen. Power play about to expire. Morten Madsen after it. So Switzerland dodging a very dangerous situation there. Long shot. That goes wide by Julian Walker. And Rigetto for Niederreiter. Lordson picks up the chase on him. And it's back for Moser. Watched by Jensen for Andrighetto. Gets it to the front of the net, trying to get a shot away, can't. Gearing at the line, floats it to the front of the net. It got blocked, it never got there. Bjorkstrand ahead for Madsen. Dubois back out there after getting shaken up and has the puck.
Couple real good plays by Lars Eller defensively. Defensive sticks here late in this period as Switzerland trying to get something going.
Oof, good hit. Nino Niederreiter stepped into Nicholas Jensen. Another collision. Walzer keeping an eye on Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand loses him. Gets it to the front of the net. And it caroms to the far side. An ambule for Moser. On for Walzer. And glove save for Sebastian Daum.
Walzer, it's a long-range shot. Walzer has 2 goals in this tournament. He's scored the first goal for Switzerland in both the games, and those Swiss fans are hoping he can do it again. Their team down a pair of goals here. There's been no goals in the second period. Still, the 2 goals that were scored in the power play by Denmark in period number 1 are what stand.
Germany leading Slovakia over in St. Petersburg. Germany, one of the host countries for next year. Germany and France will be your hosts. Oh, big hit. Lordson stepped into Reto Shappy. This one's getting physical.
Yeah, another big hit is Wieser steps into Storm on the far side.
Shappy deflects it in. Lordson's on it. And Lordson puts it right back down the ice. And this is, nope, good hustle there by Jensen. got inside position on Diaz. Lars Eller for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers got away from a bit of a hook from Shappy, and Wieser takes it for Switzerland, finds Hoffman. Hoffman into the slot, slap shot by Plum, and save made by Dom.
Sebastian Dom just looks calm. Not much panic in his game, as this is a good attempt. Plum gets the shot from where he wants, right in the slot. Lordson, the defenseman, goes down the block, but Dom just kind of moves across, and the rebound right in front of him. Easy to control, covers it up, doesn't leave a big one out there to give Switzerland an opportunity. Has been solid in net for Denmark.
16 seconds left in the second period, and Denmark trying to close this out and head to the dressing room with that 2-0 lead. Switzerland was down 2, going to the third in the game against Norway, and came back and forced overtime.
Well, that'll be the talk in the dressing room, saying, hey, we've been here before, no need to panic.
Lars Eller waved out of the face-off circle. Morton Green will go in and take it. Walser wins it. Shot by Yannick Weber, never got to the net. Walser plays it behind the net. Got a return feed from Holenstein, and it's cleared out at center ice. And the second period is in the books.
And for Switzerland, they'll look to draw on some experience in this tournament. We're just talking about last game, they were down 2, found a way to tie it, and they're going to have to try and do the same against Denmark, as Denmark looks for their second shutout of this tournament.
2-0. Denmark with a couple of power play goals in the opening period. We're done 40.
Nej, men frågan är om det är någon idé att försöka med Schweiz som mål, utan det känns jättekul att man kör lätta båda pauserna istället. Liksom. Ja, nej, i personerna här så säljer ju den matchen.
Ты с уверенностью встречаешь любые испытания. А как насчет твоего лица? Новый крем для лица Nivea создан специально для мужчин. Он эффективно увлажняет кожу и защищает ее от сухости. Новый мужской крем Nivea. Уверенность тебе к лицу. Поддержи свою команду с Nivea. Nivea – официальный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
Звезды хоккея съедутся в Торонто, чтобы выяснить, чья сборная сильнее. Кубок мира по хоккею 2016. Билеты уже в продаже.
welcome back to the Ice Palace in Moscow. Third period about to get underway. Denmark with a 2-0 lead on Switzerland. And Shane, if Denmark can go on to win this with a clean win, Nikolai Ehlers has one of their power play goals. That gives them 6 points and puts them right up there with the big boys.
Well, they're playing to win. They pretty much just played 3 lines here and been able to get 2 past Reto Berra. It's been the difference in the game's been the power play. Switzerland 0 for 5, Denmark 2 for 5. And Sebastian Dahm has been fantastic in net for Denmark. But yeah, look at this. Dan Carlson, head coach for Denmark, has really kind of put it all on the line here. He's got that big line with Heller, Hansen, and Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers led the way with 4 shots on goal so far at this point.
So when you look at Nikolai Ehlers, that gives him 10 shots on goal now in this tournament. Has a couple of power play goals. Gearing for Switzerland. And an icing call right off the get-go.
Well, all this said, Switzerland has been in this situation before. They were down 3-1 to Norway in their last game. They fell behind in the third 2-1 to Kazakhstan and tied that up shortly after. So Patrick Fischer's message to his team is, to stay calm, don't press, don't get frustrated. Been here before, hopefully we get the same result and maybe a little better one in extra time, as they have been able to tie the games up, push to overtime and a shootout, but they lost in both occasions.
Kazakhstan and Norway, our second game here at the Ice Palace.
Well, Reto Berra now having a conversation with the delay. And Reto Berra, is he coming out of the net?
I believe he is.
Not sure what for.
Robert Mayer is off the bench and getting his mask on, and Reto Berra shaking his head. Is it an equipment issue?
I'm guessing it's an equipment problem that he's got to come out of the net to get fixed.
4-1, by the way, Germany leading Slovakia. That's a big loss for Slovakia and a huge win for Germany. Hungary and France is the second game over in St. Petersburg today. So Robert Mayer in the net. We'll see whether Denmark can give him a test. Jensen played it too far on the right side, looking for Jannik Hansen. And now we've got play whistle down, and back comes Reto Berra.
Well, we're going to have to look into it. I have no idea what it was. Berra just had to go to the bench. There's no equipment. For whatever reason, the official came over. The ref told him he couldn't stay on the ice. He went to the bench. He stood at the door, waited. Robert Berra came to the ice, and they switched again.
Early third period. Love. Backhands it in. Trying to pick up the announcement. They're just making the switch of the goalies. And before they got the first one announced, the second switch had been in. The old double switch.
Mike Keenan.
Yeah. Mosier lets the shot go. Sebastian Dahm got the left pad down on that shot. Yannick Weber got bumped off the puck by Nicholas Jensen. Niederreiter drops for Weber. Weber stopped at center ice. Schneeberger plays it ahead. Beezer couldn't get anywhere. And it's back for Sven Andrighetto, delayed offside. And Andrighetto continued his pursuit of the puck. And play is whistled down.
Denmark's going to try and hold that blue line as much as they can, not allow Switzerland to cross. Let's take a look at Reto Berra, who was back in the net. We're not quite sure, as Robert Mayer came in briefly, and it wasn't an equipment issue because he went to the bench Nothing was looked at, basically went there and then back on.
And now Shappy is going to get waved out of the face-off area. Lauritsen plays it. Nielsen will send this in, and Reto Berra is going to hang on to it, and that's going to bring some more traffic and some more unpleasantries.
The veteran Morton Green getting a little pushing match with Yannick Weber. Morton Green, the captain for this Denmark team the last 5 years. 14th World Championship. A veteran voice, especially when you look at the young players like Nikolai Ehlers. Happy to see those young guys developing in his home country.
Again, the puck not dropped, so they wave Morton Green out of the face-off circle. Bjorkstrand twisting and turning, trying to get away from Yannick Weber. Schneeberger is there to play it around the boards, kept in by Lauritsen. And Lauritsen, as Walker took a run at him, and Lauritsen dropped him. Now Weber with a bit of a shot there on Bjorkstrand. Trochler's after it and flips it out of harm's way. Daniel Nielsen knocks it down at center ice. Bjorkstrand was on his way to the bench, so he didn't see that intended pass. And back forward is Nielsen to the line, but kept in by Gearing. Gearing tees it up, fakes, walks in, and it's off the leg and taken by Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers finds some room. Spinorama, backhander to the short side, and Reto Berra makes the save.
More of that creativity from Nikolai Ehlers, trying a little spinorama backhand play.
Dubois turns it over. Jannik Hansen, and a good save by Reto Berra. Hansen after it again. Tried to leave it at the line, but he had come outside that blue line. Jensen takes a hard jolt in the corner from Andul, and he is down.
That's not good for Denmark. Jensen plays big minutes, and he's right out. This is dangerous as Jesper B. Jensen, he was playing the puck and took a big hit from Andul. As he's going to play this puck, he does a shoulder check, and that is contact to the head.
Get a better look at it here. Oof.
He is right out. Very scary looking play as Jensman, who logs the biggest minutes here for Denmark, still on the ice getting attended to. And Morton Green in conversation with the officials. And Carlson looking for an explanation. They're going to bring the stretcher on for Jensen. A scary moment here between Switzerland and Denmark.
He took a look over his shoulder.
He knew he was coming,
yes,
but he just doesn't prepare himself as he's trying to get that puck. That's the scary thing is you understand the play is coming.
You see his head go hard into the corner glass. Not really a high hit.
Andul just finishing his check, but usually anytime there's an injury, there's a 5-minute penalty that goes along with it. And Carlson is very quiet now, is concerned for their player.
There is a conversation between the two referees. Antonin Yarabek of the Czech Republic, Konstantin Olenin from Russia. And they've discussed it with the linesman as well. Is now into the conversation is Nicholas Chartrand-Pichet of Canada. Morton Green still there chatting with the referees. But the bigger concern now is the condition of Jesper B. Jensen.
Well, that's where the main concern is. No one wants to see a player down in this situation. Switzerland, everyone in the building has concerns. They're still working away. They're trying to get Jensen propped up. Take one more look at the head. His head is going to make contact. Ambil makes contact with his shoulder. It's the position in which Jensen leaves himself. That last angle showed contact is made with the right shoulder of Jensen, but his left shoulder is down to absorb the hit, and as he does, his head whiplash right into the glass.
Jensen, 24 years of age, just finished his first year in Jokerit of the KHL, and plays big-time minutes for Denmark.
Well, veteran in this tournament, his 6th World Championship representing Denmark. And this is tough for any team, a situation like this where you see a teammate go down, there's no call in the play, and now it's a matter of them understanding there's a game left to play here and a lot of time left in this hockey game where emotions are involved, yet find a way to stay focused.
Looking forward, Oliver Lauritsen's brother Marcus Lauritsen, who is dressed but sees very little ice time, might be the player that might get forced into some action here, if not in the rest of this game, then certainly going forward.
Well, he didn't play a shift, or has not played a shift yet in this game, so kind of an extra that they have dressed on the bench. And you see the concern in the fans from Denmark is getting ready to get Jensen on the stretcher and take him to get further evaluated, hoping everything is okay.
There are both team doctors and tournament doctors at these events. And it's a very detailed process. We had a chance last year to chat with the tournament doctor in Ostrava, and we went over some of the issues that they deal with as we look at Anders Ambil, who had the hit.
Well, and to be fair to him, he finished his hit and it was shoulder on shoulder, made contact. It was just the unfortunate way in which Jensen went into the glass. His head made contact. It'll take him to get evaluated. Tough part now for Denmark here is to get on with the game as they've been in control with the 2-0 lead.
Power play goals in the first period from Storm and Ehlers, the two markers here in this game for Denmark. Ambil stays out there for Switzerland, as the fans, who were very quiet, try to do their part now to keep their team in this. And play whistle down. Was knocked down with a high stick.
Well, it's going to be a high stick here. Face-off will come outside the zone. This is a big game for Denmark. Give them an opportunity to jump to 6 points. As talked earlier, these teams, it's a battle for kind of that 4th spot here to go to the quarterfinals.
When you look at the rankings, the feeling is, and that's what the rankings will tell you, is that Sweden, Czech Republic, and Russia are the top 3 teams on this side, which leaves a spot open for a team to make it to the quarterfinals, which for some of these teams would be a very good accomplishment. Eller carries in. Eller with the shot. Redobert got the right arm up on that. Cleared down the ice, and this is going to be an icing call.
Good chance for Lars Eller as coming down that right side, and look at the Montreal Canadian players had his chances. He got an assist on the Ehlers power play goal. Nice little play from Hansen. He chipped wide in that second period of play. Good chance off the feed from Nikolai Ehlers. And then the last chance just coming down that right wall.
Battling behind the Swiss net. Frederick Storm trying to work it free. Jesper B. Jensen was 3 seconds shy of 14 minutes of ice time coming into the third period. And leads them in ice time at 44.5 minutes coming into this game.
Played 22-42 against Sweden and 21-48 against Norway.
Just tells you how important he is to this Denmark team.
Well, and right now, just more important is that everything turns out okay, nothing serious.
Draxler back for Switzerland. Sent in for Schneeberger. Schneeberger, the defenseman, carries it deep into the Denmark zone, drops it for Nino Niederreiter. His pass was behind Moser and deflected out at center ice for Bjorkstrand. Sends it ahead for Morton Green, and Morton Green will send it down the ice. Yannick Weber gets rubbed out. Green plays this back, and Weber takes over for Switzerland for Patrick Gearing. And Gearing will bounce it in, and Nicholas Jensen goes back, but play is whistled down on the icing call.
Oh, fans waiting for something to trip, a little delay here in this game. It is going to be an icing call back to the Swiss zone. And trying to get in the dance move.
And it reminds you of a young Shane Knighty. Backhand shot goes wide. Gearing gets to center. That's as far as he needs to get. Dumps it the rest of the way in. Switzerland in on the attack. And the puck grabbed off by Lassen. Around for Jannik Hansen. And he'll lift this out at center ice. Gearing back for Dubois, and back for Gearing. Nicholas Jensen blocks him. Ambuel throws it to the front of the net, or rather Holenstein. And it's cleared out. And back for Walzer. For Rafael Diaz. And Diaz trying to spring Andrighetto. Offside called against Switzerland. We will step aside, just under 14 to go here in the third period.
Szkoda, simply gada.
Denmark still hanging on to that 2-0 lead. Been a bit of a delay here for an injury to a key player for Denmark, Jesper B. Jensen. So be a little more ice for guys like Daniel Nilsson and Oliver Lordson, who will be the two big defensemen that they want to play a lot down the stretch.
Denmark started this tournament with a 3-0 win over Norway. There's big Oliver Lordson, sends it up the boards. Then they lost to Sweden 5-2. They had a 1-0 lead and then just ran themselves into a bunch of penalty trouble as Sweden scored 4 power play goals. As far as Switzerland, they lost 3-2 to Kazakhstan in a shootout, and then they lost 4-3 to Norway in overtime. Andreas Martinsen of the Colorado Avalanche had a power play marker in overtime to win that game. Reto Berra had to be careful with that. He is, and hangs on to it.
Reto Berra Being extra careful on those long shots now. There's a long shot from the blue line that beat him earlier in this tournament, and this one he just gets down. Sometimes they're tough. The rolling is going end over end, and it was headed right for the 5-hole. Made sure got the pads together. Makes the save.
Red O'Bara in his 5th World Championship. Mosier had it, lost it, and Trochler's on it. Bounced in. And Switzerland trying to get something going in the offensive zone. Lassen bumping there with Niederreiter. Niederreiter takes it to the front of the net. Where is it? And it's still loose. And out of the pile comes Mads Christensen.
There's a pile of bodies, just a mass of players in front, and the puck was still loose.
Jannik Hansen quickly up at center. Almost too many men on the ice again for Denmark.
Well, a heads-up play, and I'm not sure the player at the side, I think it was Nikolai Ehlers, that just jumped back into the players' bench.
Eller trying to work it away from Shappy. Lars Eller and Reto Shappy. Shappy in his first game for Switzerland. Gaetan Haas not in the lineup for Switzerland today. Gearing, as we're down to under 12 now in the 3rd. Wieser chases this with Lauritsen. Lauritsen takes Wieser to the side boards. Gearing gets knocked down on the play by Jensen, and Nikolai Ehlers swings it through center. Ehlers takes a look, curls, dumps it for Jensen, and then Ehlers will scamper to the bench. Jensen getting roughed up there by Dubois. And Walser is on the puck for Switzerland. For Wieser, back for Walser, and stripped of the puck by Storm. For Jensen, slap shot, right pad save, Red O'Bara. Lassen plays it back down low. And Dennis Holenstein waits for it on the far side and just chops it out to center ice. Daniel Nielsen, the long left wing pass. Bjorkstrand tried to get it deep, could not. Here comes Ambuel. And chopped away by Bjorkstrand. Lauritsen for Christensen. And Mads Christensen will dump it away.
Well, Denmark definitely in a little bit of a defensive mode here, but doing a good job collapsing, taking care of that middle area. And then when they get a puck, not horsing around, getting it outside their zone.
Schneeberger tried to split the defense. And Lauritsen just got a skate on that. Bodker and Lauritsen, your defense pair now. Weber scores! Yannick Weber has Switzerland on the board.
And here they go again. This is a huge goal for Switzerland. And Yannick Weber comes off the blue line and loses the coverage. He's all alone, jumps into the high slot. A nice play by him, as it's Nikolai Ehlers that loses his D-man, and Weber's gonna rip this high glove past Sebastian Daum. Great play by Mosier, and an even better finish is Yannick Weber with a big goal as Niederreiter parked right in front of Sebastian Daum, providing a little bit of a screen. And it is a one-goal game.
Plenty of time. Eller. Jannik Hansen is on the puck, and Nikolai Ehlers will send this in on the backhand. Jannik Hansen trying to get that down low. Ehlers partially breaks it up. And Lassen sends it ahead. So Lassen and Nicholas Jensen, the defense pair now for Denmark. And they'll try and ride this out with 4D. And this is deflected out. There will be some reaction from the Switzerland bench, but the referee immediately signals no penalty.
Big goal by Yannick Weber, the defenseman here for Switzerland, just jumping into that open hole, beats this man, Nikolai Ehlers, off the point, off the blue line. And just a quick release, doesn't hesitate any time. Good job by Niederreiter, where he usually is, parked right in front of the net.
Icing will be the call.
Well, Denmark, it's okay to sit back on your heels for a little while, but Vodker now just going to ice this down. Another draw in their own zone. The good thing is Morten Madsen will take the draw. It's best face-off man for Denmark coming in. Came into the game just 60.5% in face-offs.
Denmark with 8 defensemen dressed in this game. They have lost Jesper B. Jensen with that injury, but Bodker, Nielsen, Lassen, Lauritsen, along with Jensen and Jensen. So heavy on the back end for Denmark. And they will need some bodies, and now Denmark will go to the power play.
Chance for Denmark to get that goal back. They have 2 on the power play already in this game, and Samuel Walser is going to head to the penalty box, trips up Nicholas Jensen of Denmark in the neutral zone, sticking to the skates.
So Switzerland takes 4 minor penalties in the first 2 games, and now this is the 7th time in this game that Switzerland is shorthanded. Go figure. Right off the draw to the front of the net when Jannik Hansen. Traxler on it for Switzerland. Plays it back into his own zone, and Yannick Weber will hammer it down the ice. After it, Julian Walker. Yannick Weber was headed to the front of the net, and Julian Walker lost it. Oh, tripped up and no penalty. Jannik Hansen looks over at the back referee.
Schneeberger jumped up, and it looked like he got that stick out a little bit, wrapped up Hansen to knock him down.
Nikolai Ehlers sends it in. Red O'Bara plays it away. And down the ice it goes by Felicien Dubois.
Maybe Switzerland just took the penalties. They could work on their penalty kill. It's been good here since the first 3.
Nielsen drops for Ehlers to the line, in for Jensen. Nicholas Jensen sends it back for Daniel Nielsen. Near side, Nikolai Ehlers. Red O'Bara the save and the rebound. Cleared by Dubois. Jensen trying to hold it in, can't. And Nielsen on the loose puck, plays it back into the Swiss zone. And Patrick Gearing puts it off the boards and down the ice. 30 seconds in the power play. Bodker around for Jensen. Jensen, nice move. Odd man rush. Jensen the shot, the rebound. 2 big saves by Red O'Bara.
Those are real big saves at this point in the hockey game. It's a nice rush up the ice as the initial shot from Jensen, a big save, and then Madsen, Morten Madsen. An even better one off the rebound. Hansen to begin this power play. The initial draw kind of surprised him a bit as he took it to the net. This is the non-call as Schneeberger stepped up in the neutral zone, but there was no call in the play, even though Jannik Hansen had a stern look for the referee.
Julian Walker sends it down the ice, dying seconds of this power play for Denmark. Lars Eller tries to split the defense, can't. And here comes Rafael Diaz. Diaz dishes it off. Mosier puts it to the side of the net, steered away by Dom. And grabbed and cleared out at center ice. Lars Eller goes after it. Hoffman clears it away from him. Here comes Nino Niederreiter. Wrist shot, save made. Sebastian Dom sent off the boards by Morten Green. Oliver Lauritsen ties his man up. And Madsen is on it, or rather Mats Christensen is on it. Gets to center, dodged the check there from Big Mosier. Mosier carries in. Drops it off for Niederreiter. At the line. Schneeberger comes near side and Mosier's shot got deflected.
That hit Morton Green and changed direction. As quick right pad save by Sebastian Dahm.
Off the glass and play whistle down as it leaves the playing surface. And we will step aside with 6:12 left in a one-goal game. .6:12 left to go, third period. And Denmark hanging on to the one-goal lead.
Well, Switzerland's been in this situation, trying to come back for the third time in this tournament and push it to overtime.
Slap shot from the line by Dubois. It was Dubois' goal with 10 seconds left that tied their game up against Norway.
Well, he gets all of this one, but Sebastian Dahm, a good job to make the save. Hang on. No rebound allowed.
Madsen and Ambul getting set to face off. Welcome those who have been watching Germany and Slovakia. A big win for Germany, one of the host countries in next year's championship. Here we have a one-goal game. And special teams, the difference for Denmark. Chance in front for Ambul. And he thought he had someone off the near side.
Strange play by Ambul, all alone on the goalie.
Holenstein to the front of the net. That got blocked. It was 2-0 Denmark with 2 power play goals in the opening period until just a couple of minutes ago when a shot by Yannick Weber beat Sebastian Dahm. Holenstein trying to center it, can't. And around the boards for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers curls, attacks the line. There was 4 Swiss players waiting for him.
Well, that's where you have to get that puck deep. Pretty tough to do it individually.
Drop pass for Nino Niederreiter. Shot from the line, blocked, rebound, Niederreiter! And Sebastian Dahm somehow keeps that out.
Nino Niederreiter can't believe it. He has had his opportunities all game. And another great one late. This was on a power play earlier. Good redirect. Tried the backhand off the left shoulder. Driving it to the net. He's been in front of the net. He's a big part of that Weber goal, providing a partial screen in this last one. Trying to bring it back to the forehand, but the right pad of Sebastian Dahm able to come up with the save.
And there's the frustration from Nino Niederreiter. Rafael Diaz plays this down along the boards. Centering pass deflected away as Traxler tried to get that back to the blue line. And we are under 5 now in regulation. Here comes Nino Niederreiter again. Lets the shot go, and that got blocked.
Oliver Lortzen has some. Niederreiter with a little bit of a late drive to the net after the whistle. He's doing everything he can here. Another shot on net, and maybe a little extra push there is Sebastian Dahm, and his defenseman Oliver Lortzen will let Niederreiter know.
Those two have had a battle going most of the day, while Lauridsen's had a few battles going today. Had one with Andrighetto. Daniel Nielsen slips this down the boards off the glass, and Yannick Weber will go back. Hoffman with some speed, lets the shot go, hit a leg, never got through. Nicholas Jensen trying to spring it out to center for Madsen. Picking it up is Frederick Storm, and he'll send it in. Storm and Ehlers, your power play goals in the opening period. Schneeberger being watched by Lars Eller, gets it for Sven Andrighetto. He'll play it for Hoffman. Tied up in the corner, and Lars Eller played it up the boards, no one there. Andrighetto, his Montreal teammate, may have been calling for that one.
That was a dangerous play. You got to make those strong play in your own zone, and Eller kind of just threw that one away.
Andrighetto stripped to the puck, and Mats Bodker will just send this all the way down the ice, looking for that would be the intern, and he got it. Forced Reto Berra to make the save. Ambuel banks it off the boards and in. Lauridsen to the backboards with Holenstein. Holenstein plays it for Ambuel. Ambuel plays it down low. Turning and firing is Walser. He has a couple of goals in this tournament. Lauridsen staying with Holenstein. Snapped off the boards and taken and cleared by Mads Christensen. Morton Green giving chase, but it's up for Dubois, under 3 in regulation. Nielsen tried to chip it off the boards, blocked by Trachsler, and a sharp angle chance, and that went off the side of the net. Ambuel trying to center it, and Nicholas Jensen is there to bang it away.
All the pressure's on now, Switzerland, and we'll look for Berra to come out of the net.
To the front of the net, good rush, and a backhand shot by Diaz went wide. Blum lets the shot go, and that's deflected away by Frederick Storm. Reto Berra, of course, he's in the Colorado Avalanche organization, has played some games with the Avs. Probably can't figure out what he's still doing in the net. Nino Niederreiter for Rafael Diaz. Diaz, the shot deflected! On the goal line, score!
Should not be surprised as Switzerland does it for the 3rd time in this tournament. A late goal to tie it up, and Nino Niederreiter finally comes through as he has been all around the net, and it's just getting pucks to the front, and it's a stick that goes up and over and just across the line. Diaz with a good play, heads up. He's trying to get the player off the backside, and it goes off. Oh, is that Mosier's goal? It's either Mosier or Niederreiter, or maybe both got a stick on it. They don't care as it goes up and over, and Switzerland ties it at 2.
2:02 on the clock. Lauridsen with the lead pass. Jan Carlson, the coach of Denmark, coming right back with the Ehlers, Yannick Hansen line. Ambuel to the short side. Holenstein after it, but Lauridsen has it. And he'll spin it back where it's taken by Lassen. For Ehlers. For Yannick Hansen. Ehlers tried to drive it in, could not. Taken now by Gearing. Leaves it at the line, and the long shot in by Trachsler is grabbed and held.
Well, Nino Niederreiter has this game tied at 2. Great play by Diaz at the point, just that wrist shot. Get it to the net. 2 bodies in front, Big Mosier and Niederreiter. And feel that puck just gets across the line, squeaks under the right arm of Sebastian Dahm.
Boy, we talked about in-turns and out-turns. There was a couple of bounces That certainly went Switzerland's way on that. First, the one off the post that made it bounce towards the net. And then when it hits the ice, it has that fortuitous hop and ends up over the goal line.
Here are 6 shots. Finally, one gets past. And they have been on the aggressive. It's been Denmark that's kind of been on their heels here the last 10 minutes. Switzerland's been able to come back from 2 down.
16 shots in this, the 3rd game of the tournament for Nino Niederreiter. Shot from the line by Gearing, got blocked by Christensen. Taken by Morton Green, and we're into the final minute of regulation. Daniel Nielsen has an assist in this game on the opening goal. Came on a power play. Nielsen chased back. And here are the fans in the background. The Switzerland fans have certainly come to life.
Well, they've had something to cheer about. And right now, unless Denmark has an answer, it looks like we'll be headed to 4-on-4 overtime. Jan Carlson watched his team lose that 2-goal lead.
Go back to the 5-on-3 that they had, and a chance to go ahead 3-0. They did not capitalize. Sent in deep, Jannik Hansen. After it along with Blum. Eric Blum can't handle Hansen. Hansen trying to get it to the forehand. And it ends up out at center. Botker chops it right back in. And Diaz puts on the brakes behind his own net, and Switzerland, for the 3rd straight game, will come up with at least a point. As Jannik Hansen is first back after that puck. So 2 unanswered goals in the first by Denmark. 2 unanswered goals in the 3rd by Switzerland. And we're deadlocked in a couple of each. Overtime to come.
If the score is tied with regular time in 5 minutes, a victory overtime will follow after 3-minute intermission.
Patrick Fisher, his Switzerland team, has come back from down 2 for the 2nd straight game. And for the 3rd straight game, they will go to overtime. And for the first time, they're looking to come out with a win, as they've lost in overtime to Norway and lost in a shootout to Kazakhstan. Nino Niederreiter, the one that was able to tie it up late. Lucien Dubois was able to tie it up against Norway late, and Nikolai Ehlers with goals in back-to-back games in this tournament. We'll look to maybe have another one here, 4-on-4 in extra time.
So Niederreiter out for Switzerland, Ehlers out for Denmark. As we'll get some 4-on-4. Lars Eller tied it up. Jannik Hansen. Denmark going with 3 forwards and a defenseman.
Jan Carlson, why wait?
Daniel Nielsen winds his way to the line. No room to get in. Sends it for Lars Eller. Back for Nielsen. And back for Lars Eller. Ehlers up that left side. Eller across the line, tried to drive it to the net, had his stick chopped. And Nielsen will hustle back. And Eller will head to the bench. And Nicholas Jensen has the puck. Jensen, he'll try and drive it in, takes it wide. Jensen around the net against Gearing, and Gearing is up with it. Gearing with Storm in pursuit, and offside at the line.
Switzerland does not try any risky plays in overtime. They are a team that almost looks to play for their shootout. As against Norway, they lost in overtime. That's because they took a penalty to Yannick Weber. But Denmark having trouble finding their way is more of a defensive posturing here from Switzerland. 4-on-4.
The Ice Palace here in Moscow has seen its share of extra time games here in this World Championship, as have we. Christensen trying to chip it deep, and offside call against Denmark.
Well, Christensen, another example. Switzerland just going to sit back. They're going to stack 4 across the blue line. And that defensive-minded system they have here in overtime, and maybe try and create a turnover or wait for a mistake from Denmark to capitalize on.
There will be a cheerleaders meeting after whether or not they are going to continue to put in this extra time. Controlled in behind the net. We joke, of course. Blum feeds it through. Ambules pulls up inside the Denmark zone. Rafael Diaz, the shot deflected. Blum was down low, got a piece of it. And now Mads Christensen sends this rink wide for Bodker. And Bodker will play it in, and Red O'Bara will stop it behind his own net. Blum for Hoffman. Hoffman checked on the play and knocked down by Jannik Hansen. Hansen back in for Denmark for Lars Eller. Eller plays it down for Hansen. Schneeberger reads the play and comes up with it. Turned it over to Jannik Hansen. And he was in a little deep. Sends it back to Daniel Nielsen. Nielsen to the front of the net. Hansen with a redirect. Jannik Hansen gets it for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers being watched by Ambule. Ehlers takes it wide, tried to center it, gets it again. Chops it behind the net, but Schneeberger takes it away and plays it ahead for Ambule. Ehlers all the way back. Slows it down. Drops it off for Lorentzen. And Ehlers will head to the bench. Frederick Storm. He's being watched by Dubois. Lassen. Lorentzen. And Lorentzen will carry in. Takes it wide. Dubois pins him to the corner boards. Nino Niederreiter trying to come up with the loose puck. Frederick Storm is there for Denmark. And Traxler Starts back for Switzerland. Puts it to the front of the net. It got blocked. And then Nino Niederreiter stripped of the puck by Frederick Storm.
Well, good defensive position by Storm, just sticking with Niederreiter as he's looking for the wraparound.
Lead pass, here comes Holenstein. Save made by Sebastian Dahm as Holenstein snuck in behind everybody. Gearing back for it. And Holenstein again for Mosier. Mosier tees it up and Sebastian Dahm the save, and then a little bump there from Holenstein.
Couple chances for Switzerland. Good pass by Diaz as he fights Holenstein. He finds everyone. He's looking for some room. Good back check by Bodker as he gets back in time. Holenstein not able to get much on that shot. And it's right toe save for Sebastian Dahm.
Eller and Ambules in a key face-off. Slap shot, score! Eric Blum ends it in overtime with 52.6 seconds left on a key face-off win.
You call it key face-off. Defensive zone, you can't lose it clean, that's what happens. And Blum is able to step right in. It's Eller and Ambul, and Ambul wins it. Blum walks right into it, and he absolutely rips this top shelf as Switzerland comes back to win their first. Again, a 2-goal deficit. Turning point, probably the injury to the defenseman from Denmark was taken off on a stretcher. Jesper V. Jensen. Denmark fell apart after that.
So Switzerland wins it by a score of 3-2. It'll be a 2-point win because it came in extra time. And that'll give them 4 points. And Denmark, so close to 2 points, picks up 1. So that's your final in this game. Yet to come is Kazakhstan and Norway. Big win for Switzerland.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best player award presentation.
Награды предоставлены Raiffeisen Bank International, официальным спонсором чемпионата мира по хоккею с шайбой 2016 года.
And the best player award is provided by Raiffeisen Bank International, the official sponsor of the 2016 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship.
Награду лучшим игрокам матча вручает Хенрих Бах-Нильсен, член Совета IIHF и президент Союза хоккея с шайбой Дании.
And the prizes will be presented by the IIHF Council member and the president of Denmark's Ice Hockey Union, Henrik Bach-Nielsen.
Лучшим игроком в составе сборной команды Дании назван Мац Кристиансен, номер 12.
The best player of Team Denmark, number 12, Mats Christensen.
Лучшим игроком матча в составе сборной команды Швейцарии назван Эрик Блум, номер 58.
And the best player of Team Switzerland, number 85, Erik Blum.
Внимание, уважаемые зрители! В честь команды победительницы звучит государственный гимн Швейцарии.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the winning team, please rise for the national anthem of Switzerland.
вас поздравляю сборную команду Швейцарии с победой. Вас, дорогие друзья, мы сердечно благодарим за внимание и поддержку. Желаем вам всего самого доброго и приглашаем вас на дворец в 20:15 на матч между сборными командами Казахстана и Норвегии.
Dear friends, we extend our heartiest congratulations to Team Switzerland on the victory in today's match. And we remind you that for the Ice Hockey World Championship will continue today. In Ice Hockey Moscow, what is the game between the national teams of Kazakhstan and Norway at 20:15. Thank you very much for attendance and see you in the next match.
Еще раз всего самого доброго, дорогие друзья, и до вечера.
Все уходит на второй план. И нас объединяет.
Генеральный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
This is the decisive second. The second one out. The point of no return. This is where you meet yourself. This is where a new adventure begins. This is the moment. This is your time. Too soon.
Хоккей – это спорт, где все относятся к своему делу по-особенному. И болельщики, и хоккеисты. Здесь каждый старается изо всех сил и выкладывается полно. Поэтому мы поддерживаем чемпионат мира по хоккею уже много лет. И вкладываемся в тех, кто выкладывается. Райфайзенбанк. Разница в отношениях.
Introducing the 2016 IIHF app. Player statistics. Team statistics. Live updates. And introducing Hockey Cards. Your face, your team, your card. Share it with hockey fans across the world. From any smart device in your own language. The 2016 IIHF app, powered by Skoda.
Skoda. Simply clever.
Pirelli. i0.
Новая шина Pirelli с уникальной технологией двойного шипа Dual Stat. Отличное сцепление и торможение на льду. Сильнейший шины Pirelli. Будь готов к русскости.
Плюс невеемый, официальный спонсор чемпионата мира по хоккею.
Conviction and determination I need every day. The years of training, pushing myself to be the strongest, the sharpest. My dedication to the game, to my teammates who are counting on me to deliver. The nerves of steel, the preparation and ritual before the adrenaline of the match. The responsibility of being my best every time, prepared to fight every shift on the ice. Just a sport. This is who I am.
Мир бизнеса постоянно меняется. Сегодня невозможно оставаться лидером рынка без постоянного развития и роста. Преодоление хаоса в делах не только закаляет характер компании, но и делает ее чемпионом. QSR – это яркий пример эволюционного бизнеса. Мы помогаем нашим клиентам совершенствоваться. С какой бы проблемой ни столкнулся ваш бизнес, у нас всегда найдется надежное решение.
Все на спорте. Здесь и сейчас. Новости, видео, интервью. Попади в точку. Чемпионат.ком. Чемпионат. Главное слово в спорте.
Он всегда скрыт от взглядов, его хватка не вызывает сомнений. Именно на нем все держится. И когда нужен результат, его обеспечивает.